Hi. Sorry, I'm running a tad late. And it's 6:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it is Thursday, January 31st, the last day of January. How are your goals going? How is your trade going? Have you been able to continue with the resolutions you put up for January 1st? Let's get rid of all that. Let's get down to business, shall we? So I'm going to open my screen share and show the trade. It's had some interesting situations take place since we talked yesterday. And while we were talking at 5 p.m. yesterday, it was a negative $6.88. But over from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. to midnight, it went down to $4.70 negative. To this morning, it was at negative $2.36 at 10:30 this morning. But at 5 p.m., it went back to $4.32. And as you can see right now, at 6:32, it's a negative $4.54. We're going to be seeing quite a bit in the next little bit. I can almost guarantee it. Now, I won't promise, but it looks really good, and I'll show you why. This is New Zealand dollar, United States dollar, otherwise known as NZDUSD. And this trade is actually a buy at a 0.01 lot size, the lowest amount that you could possibly have. The reason I have it, the lowest amount, is so I can go for a long time before I have to worry about it being, me being kicked out, having it hit my stop loss, or anything to that effect. The negative side, it keeps my risk to profit ratio 1-to-1, which is not a problem because of where my balance is sitting. It puts my margin level, you can see it's right here, at 10,468.29%. Now, if I wanted to, I could add another 1 or 2 entry prices here because that margin level is so high. The only reason I don't is because this broker has what they call is the FIFO rule, which is a first in, first out. So every entry price you put in, it has to be pulled out, whether it's negative or positive, before a second or a third can be removed. Once it's put in, it comes in order. That's just how they like to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. People have also asked me, well, what about the fees? You're in this trade for so long. How much are they? And that's not a worry either, because after a 24-hour time frame, this broker does anywhere between 4 pennies to a maximum, I think it was 28 cents. Still not that big of a deal for 24 hours. It's not that much, and it's not that much to worry about. When I started this trade, the New Zealand USD, I started with a $280 in my balance, and that was June 25th of 2018. Being that we are at the end of January, January 31st, and it's a Thursday, and I have over $2,000 in my balance, I don't think I'm doing too bad. What do you think? I've noticed that some people have been looking at this chart and they can tell it's called a naked chart. Or they see nothing but my entry price, my stop loss, and my take profit. And that is termed a naked chart, meaning there's no indicators, there's no trend lines, there's no support and demand. There is none of it, because I have learned over the time that I've been trading with my health issues that trading on a naked chart without the indicators is for my best interest. I do pretty well with it because I can actually stay in the daytime chart and see what the trade is going to be doing, or get a good idea of it. I can't guarantee it. There is no guarantee from past profits will guarantee future profits. There is none. Trading is trade at your own risk. So be ready and prepared with the education and the skills before you do a live account. Until you get there, do a demo. A demonstration, a demo account means you're not losing any of your money, but you can still put it pretty close to what you could actually do. So it mimics what your live account would do. And you would learn without losing anything. And that's a good thing. Now, the reason I stay in my daytime chart is right here. Going down in the minute time chart, on a naked chart, no markings, no trend lines, no indicators, what would you suggest I do? Now, I've been trading for almost 2 years, so I know what I'd be looking at, but I would not go into a minute time chart because there's not much information here. There's definitely not a clear picture, and you can't tell what the trend of this trade's doing. Going into the 5-minute time chart, there's movement, yes, but there's still not enough information. It's not a clear picture. I can't see what the trade is or the trend of this trade. Can you? If you can't, then we go into the 15-minute time chart, and there's more information here. You can see a little bit more. Not a lot, but a little bit. Because from 1 minute to 15 minutes, still not a lot of time. And it only goes back to January 10th of this year, 3 weeks ago. Is that enough time for you? It's not for me, especially with no indicators. No markup chart. I wouldn't stay here. It's highly risky. Going into the 30-minute time chart, once again, I wouldn't say anything. I would not ask you to do something that I'm not comfortable doing myself. That's how I look at it. If I can't do it myself, I'm not going to tell someone else to do it. If I can do it, then I will explain how so that others can do it as well. On a 30-minute time chart, it goes back to December 18th of 2018, a little over a month ago. I still wouldn't do it. It's highly risky, especially on a naked chart. Going into the hour time chart, yeah, you can go back to November 5th of 2018. 2 months ago? Is that enough time? I wouldn't say it would be. But before we go too far, I'm going to say something to you. Going into the 4-hour time chart, it goes back to March 2nd of 2018. Now we're getting something here. And you could actually do something. Maybe. Trading in the lower time charts from 4-hour on down to 1 minute can be very, very risky on a naked chart. If you do not have the experience, the knowledge, and the know-how, the skills, I would not advise you. If you're getting signals from a company, like I do sometimes from iMarkets Live, then if you can put it through your qualifications, and we all have them, There's certain things each trade has to meet up with to actually be something that I will look into going into, and I'm sure anyone else would be in the same boat. So trading here, granted, 4 or 5 months ago, I was doing just this and had no problem with it until I realized I still wasn't getting the clean, complete idea, complete vision, complete pattern, clear picture of this trade. That's when I went into the daytime chart. Now, sitting in the daytime chart, you can literally go back as far as May 14th of 2014. That is 4 years and 8 months. There's plenty of time there for you to actually see what's happening. And when I look at a trade, we trade right, but we look left. We follow the trend because a trend is always our friend. It will always tell us what to do. To find out what a trade's going to do, you put your cursor right where the trade is currently at. And I'm showing that the price is at 0.69131. And sitting there, you take your cursor and you go left to where you come to pretty close to the same pattern, the same trend that the current trade is currently at. You keep following it back. And it shows me to be right about here, 69135. Yeah, it is. It's right about here. And from what this trend here shows me, it's getting ready to shoot up. Go up over my entry price, go into profit, and it's going to test and retest. It's going to come back down and test and retest the boundaries, the foundation, the support and demand. It's going to go through 3 of those because it does 3 different sets, and it does inverted head and shoulders, which is right here, and regular head and shoulders, which is back up here, as well as here. And it goes through it. It's got the whole trend right here for us to take a look at. So when this goes into profit, which isn't going to be too much longer, I would give it until this time next week, at least. And don't quote me. This trade has a tendency to flip and surprise, and it's full of surprises, but it's exciting. Keep an eye on it. If you don't want to get in on a live account, don't. Get in on a demo and follow it. It's one trade, one pair, one account. Keep an eye on it. See what it does and learn its patterns, learn its trend, and you will see what I do. Now, I've been asked many times, well, how do you get your signals? Where do you get them from? And up until next Tuesday, this is good to go because my signals come from Stevenson Lindor and Orrin Wright, who are educators in iMarkets Live, in iMarkets Live TV, and they will teach from know nothing, never seen a chart before, to beginning, to intermediate, to advanced. They'll teach you. But it is a skill, it's an education that once you learn it, it will pay you for life. My third area is Christopher Terry, who is the CEO, soon to be changed title, in iMarkets Live. And he has over 25 years with trading and has made over 8 figures. And the 2 of those figures are not behind the decimal point. So he has skills, he has the knowledge, he has the education, and he has no trouble with explaining or showing, rather, not explaining, but showing what the trade is doing. And he goes through regular Forex as well as cryptocurrency. So that was definitely a must. My 4th area is Tracy Walker, who is the queen of Forex. And she's also my sponsor. She has the knowledge, the education, and the skills to get to people through summits as well as through webinars that will teach you from marking up your charts to finding your entry point prices to everything. How to get in, how to get out. She's really good at it. And my last area is through Swipe Trades, which is an app that goes on your smartphone from iMarkets Live that will give you signals or ideas of trades to pay attention to look at, to see if you feel you can actually get in and do something with it. We're not going to say that it's a must because every trader is different. I'm considered a long-term trader. People that trade in the 30-minute or less time charts are known as a scalper. There's nothing wrong with it. You're in, you're out. If it means it works with you, go for it. I like to set my trades maybe once a month or so. Take a look at them once a day for 5 days. Takes maybe 10 minutes. And then have a life. Walk away. Not have to worry about that trade. Because I see what is going, and I'm a long-term trader. To be a long-term trader, you need 3 things. Consistency, no emotion on the amount or the trade itself, and patience. So if you're a mom or a grandma and you have little ones, you know what patience is all about, because those little ones need them just as much as a regular trade would. No emotion, it's numbers. The trade has no emotion. So we cannot become attached to any specific amount or any possible loss, because it's not a loss, it's a lesson learned, because we can pull it back up, take a look at it, see what happened, and change it for the future so we don't lose again, so we don't have the same issues. With all that being said, our time is expired, so I'm going to stop my screen share and see if there are any questions. Yeah, I always give a lot of information, and I appreciate you coming. Well, thank you for joining me on this Thursday night or Thursday morning or evening or midday or wherever it might be when you're seeing this video. And you go and you have a fantastic remainder of your day, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye for now.